Now let's continue for application, and this time we're going to create a new module called admin, and this is going to be a tabs layout, which is going to hold all the admin and editor stuff so you can manage users, blog posts, and so on. So let's first create the module, ng generate module admin. Now we have our module. Let's hook it up to our main route. Whenever it reaches admin, it's going to load this module. So here we need to do it again, import routes and routes module. Then inside our imports array, we need to do for child and call this routes over here. Now let's create a few components so we can add inside our routes array. So ng generate page, inside the admins folder, admin tabs, and this component will be the main layout, which is going to hold all the other components together. Now one more for dashboard, and this is going to be like the home page, the first component to appear. Now let's add a link here on our app page component so we can easily go to that page. So admin, the name, admin URL, and constructs the icon, and you can find these icons on the Ionic website. Alright, inside we're gonna add a new entry, and here's gonna be path, and it's gonna be empty because you already have the admin in our main route. So whenever it reaches admin, it's gonna load this object, and here we're gonna have a children because you're gonna load a bunch of stuff. All the components is gonna be inside here. So let's first do the dashboard. And this dashboard is going to load the children, which is going to be we're going to lazy load the dashboard component. So path, it's empty because you already named it up in here. And then we can call load children and add that path. And again, we are here, we are loading this folder, the module, and the dashboard page. Folder, the file, and the class name. Now, one more for inside this main children here. For the root, we're gonna add a redirect because whenever reaching here, as I mentioned this, we're gonna have a bunch of this, which is going to be like user, post, whatever tabs you want to add. And whenever you reach this one, the admin itself, we need to tell which of these pages, which of these entries is going to load. So we do path, whenever it reaches empty, like the admin, we can do a redirect to, and you do dashboard. Now, in case you're planning to have dashboard / something, we need to add the path match full, because then it's only gonna load this redirect only is gonna work if it's admin / dashboard, not admin / dashboard - something else. And then whenever the component reaches the admin, is gonna redirect to this component here straight away, which is we're using as our home page for that tab layout. Now, one more thing. We load children, and this is the component that's gonna be inside. We need a component in here, which the admin tabs page, which I mentioned before is the main component. So reach admin, load the wrapper. The wrapper is going to redirect them to this component in here. Now let's add those buttons so we can click around. Here on the admin tabs page, you can delete everything and you're going to create an Ion tabs. and then Ion tab bar, and this is going to hold the buttons, and each entry is going to be a tab. So Ion tab button. This one takes an icon and a label. Here's going to be dashboard. And for this button, we need to tell that we want to load the dashboard component. The icon again, I'm going to use cog. So as we add more components to this dashboard, to the tabs, we create more buttons in here. Now one more thing before we try, let's go inside our dashboard page and we add the menu button here. I'm going to change the title for dashboard only, and we're adding the Ion menu button. Now we can load our server. And we're going to have another error that we haven't seen before. But it's also about imports. Now reloading our page, we have our link in here on this menu. When you try to go, we have this Ion tabs page is not part of any module. So we need to declare that page. Now the reason for that error is here. We are not lazy in loading this tabs bar page in here. We're calling it from the route straight away. As you can see here on the dashboard, the other ones, we have it the same way, but we are declaring it over here. So we need to do the same in our admin module and declare that tabs page. And another thing is that because the tabs page will be loaded in here and it's not lazy loaded, not calling it up on this module, we need to also import Ionic module in the admin module because we have it in here, but it's not using the lazy loading. So we're gonna need to import over here. Inside our imports array, we can do Ionic module. So it got imported here at the top. Now when we reload, we can go to the admin, and there we go. We are straight away redirect to the admin page. Here, if we don't add this, and we try to go over there, we reach admin, and we need to click over here to go to the dashboard. So by adding this, we're gonna select which component it will be our default when you reach the tabs layout. Right, so let's add some more components for our tab so we can have more buttons here. So in the terminal, let's do ng generate page. It's gonna be admin. Let's do user, and also for post. All right. So now it's again got automatically created in here, so we can delete those ones because we're gonna manage those routes inside here. Now again, we need to create a new one, so I'm just gonna copy this one and paste in here twice. So one's going to be for the user, the other one for the post. And because you are already naming here, the children doesn't need to have a name. Admin user module, admin user page module, the class name. Same here, post. Admin post page model. Now with this done, we can go and create our buttons inside our admin tabs. So post, paper and the label, posts, user, person and user. Let's do plural because we're dealing with posts. Now we can start our server again and check it out. Now if you reload, go to admin. Now we have this already loaded in the dashboard, and you have our admin post and the users. Now just to finish it up, let's add the button to the other pages. I'm gonna copy it in here from the admin. So admin post. And the admin user. Now if we go back to our page, reload, we have our post with our menu, and we have a nice tab layout over here. No matter how many components you want to add, you just need to remember you need to add the button for the tab and the entry here. And the entry works like that. It's the path, and then you load the children as a lazy loading. And this is because you're lazy loading. Otherwise, you can just call component on the top and be done with it. But lazy loading is the way to go for performance.